We have a very large Mexican following on the channel. How does Uruguay view the Mexican national team?
Oh, that's so it. Okay, that is really because that's actually been mentioned in interviews between players and everything. Oh, that is so okay. The Mexican side I think fascinates me, and so does the Uruguayan. So essentially, okay, they both rile each other up. So Mexico against Uruguay is kind of the same as Uruguay. Mexico is against Argentina. For some reason, Mexico, I don't know what it is, the jerseys, the history, whatever, they see them as similar, and there's just a lot of animosity. So, okay, Uruguay sees Mexico as this. Basically, Mexico is extremely talented, very dangerous team, but Uruguay actually respects teams that play badly throughout tournaments, but they really pick it up when it's the final or like a huge game because it just shows pride. It shows us a different gear, like a champion's gear. They're very like a lot of the football culture in Uruguay has to do with like you can suck the entire way, but if you do it in the last day, that's like the biggest feeling ever. Now, the thing is, they see Mexico as like an anti that. Like they're amazing. They'll kill the group stage. They may kill the round of 16, rarely. And then after that, it's like just flop, 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 flop. Now, Mexico.
No, that's facts.
Oh no, but here's the thing: Mexico sees Uruguay differently. One of the fun, I actually find it very funny. Like I find it hilarious. Mexico does these memes where they show like, oh, when Uruguay was world champion, they'll show the Estadio Centenario with like dinosaurs wearing the sky blue, and it kills me. No, it's so funny. It's like no, it's like Uruguay's tactical sheet. It's like caveman drawings of the cave on the wall. So Mexico does a lot of things like, oh, you guys, you're prehistoric, whatever. So they know where to hit Uruguay, like they really hit them, and then Uruguay hits them back in that sense. And to give you an example, I remember once about 2 years ago, Uruguay played Mexico in the U.S. They won like 4-1. It was a lie result. I think Mexico had a lot of chances. They could have been like 4-3 or 4-4. But this
Are you talking about
Uruguayan
right before the
drew.
World Cup? 3-0.
Actually, no, no,
Cavani
it
brace.
was another one. That I remember that happened, but it was actually before that one. If you check it, it was a
Oh, okay.
4-1, I believe. Yeah, and I think it
Damn, that's
was. I
bad.
forget what it was. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus. I'll probably erase that from my memory.
Well, this journalist shows up, Sergio Gorsi. I think he's a great journalist, and he shows up to the Mexican channel, and I was like, "Oh my god!" He's trolling them. He's actually going like, "Guys, how do we have all these World Cups? We only have 3 million. You guys have 110, and what titles do you have?" And the Mexican reporters, what, just staring him down. They're furious, but they couldn't really say anything because the score was showing 4-1 right above him. Man, Gorsi just went to town on them, and I was like, as a fan, I'm thinking, "Wow, this is kind of provocative," but also whatever. LOL. Still, though, I actually thought it was kind of provocative. Like, damn, like, like he just went into them, and you can really see if you ever watch that interview, it's almost as if they're kind of fan. The fan culture is almost like takes over the professionalism. So whatever you see on Twitter or whatever, you can really see it the way they talk to each other there, because the Mexicans start shooting back as well, and the Uruguayans, blah blah blah. So you can really see it in a sense. Now, there's one thing that I love that I found fascinating. About, I don't know, 8 years ago, there was an interview by a Mexican player that came to Uruguay, and they actually asked him, like, listen, is there a rivalry? And he said this. He says, okay, it actually infuriates Mexico, like Mexicans. What? That Uruguay has this sort of like reputation of being like badasses in soccer, like we're tough guys. Because the thing is, Mexicans are very prideful people. Like if you ever see a Mexican boxer, man, like you're gonna have to kill that guy before he
Oh yeah.
falls. Like Mexicans fighters in everything. So Uruguay always kind of jokes with them that they don't translate that to soccer. Like in soccer, it's almost as if they have this non-physical, like FIFA ground passing style. You know what I mean? So the thing is, the Mexican guy said that whenever we play Uruguay, we want to kill them because he can't stand that they have this fame. They see it as like an insult, and I get it. Like I would take it as an insult if like Iran shows up and like, oh look guys, the badasses of soccer are here. Like yeah, we're gonna kill these guys. So whenever Mexico and Uruguay plays, there is it's a war every single time. And he said that. I found that fascinating. I had never known that until he said that. He's like, we hear about, I don't know if you know the name. It's called the Garra Charrua. It's like this, I don't know. If you could call it something, it's like this
It's like the
Super Saiyan.
attitude,
Like,
right?
it's like this life, like when Suarez did the handball, it's like, that's nothing. Like, it's just life. And I'll give you an example, man. Like, a player died in the 54 semifinal and came back to life to play allegedly his heart stopped. He's like, Susumiya, back into the overtime, no worries. And he just did it because it's Uruguay. We don't give up. We go, a player played with a broken leg in 62 against the USSR. He had to hop for like 85 minutes, leg hanging. He's like, I'm not subbing off. No, man, we're not going to 10 men. There was no subs at the time. So, yeah, I mean, you have these moments where they really cross the line Uruguay to show. So they've created this sort of like, I don't know, marketing, whatever it is. People buy into it in Uruguay. They do. They want to prove that they're like, they can live up to that legend. But like I said, the guy, when he said that, it's like, yo, that pisses us off. Like, we do not like that. These guys are coming to step to us and, we're supposed to like take these guys as tough guys. So that's why Mexico, you see them play totally differently when they play Uruguay, especially, and Argentina as well. They really pick it up, like really intense. So I actually love that, to be honest. I have a lot of Mexican friends. I love every time Uruguay plays Mexico, and I don't know. I find the banter, to be honest, amazing. I love it. It's fun for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mexican banter is absolutely elite. I would say Mexico's record against Uruguay is better than Argentina. Don't think they've beaten Argentina. Yeah. It's been a long time.
An official game? Oof.
Oh, no, in an official game? I think it was like a friendly, maybe like 2001 or something. Like, it's been a long time. It's been, at least with Uruguay, we got the 2016 Copa America, and I think the Copa America before that.
2015 was in Chile.
No, it wasn't. Mexico wasn't 15. No, it was 2007 Copa America. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the third place game. Yeah, when I think Lugano gets a red card pretty early in the game, actually, like 10th minute or 15th or something. I didn't watch. That's actually one of the few matches I didn't watch. But yeah, I was at work actually at the time.